This is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
Thanks for joining us here on this special edition of 4 News Now. I'm Jordan Smith here with Sydney Berger. McCarthy Athletic Center was rocking today. Home to a doubleheader today with both Gonzaga basketball teams hosting on senior night.
Yeah, the men's team just wrapped up against St. Mary's, and their long-standing WCC rival did not give them any easy task in the kennel. They were hoping that it wasn't going to be a season sweep for them, but didn't look so hot over there in the kennel. We're going to show you what happened right off the bat. Senior Michael Ajayi gets a nice look and a quick release for a deep two. He was so hyped up after that ball, rightfully so. Again, a rocking environment in that kennel. Green Mike out to Ryan Nemhard from downtown, all net for that triple for the nation's leading assist point guard. Nolan Hickman tries for three off the rim. Ben Gregg is there for the up and around. Good for the second chance bucket, and it wouldn't be a game without a Caliph Battle dunk. None of this, though, was enough to claim the quad one win against St. Mary's, and they got swept by the Gales this season after tonight's final score, 74-67. Heading over to the women's game from earlier this afternoon, that's Claire O'Connor hitting a triple over the San Francisco Dons. Gonzaga coming up again, getting used to the entire court, finding the Zags' best three-point shooter, Allie Turner, in the corner. She's good from beyond the arc, putting the pressure on the Dons to call the timeout there. Anesh Betancourt driving inside, flips it back to Yvonne Ejim. The senior hitting the mid-range jumper in her last game in the kennel. Second half now, Allie Turner under the hoop finds Maut Hybens for a quick look three. Those aren't the only seniors putting in the work. Esther Little right here clocks the pass, logs the steal, finishes with the bucket for two. The Zags also fell in those final seconds, though, losing by just 2 points and breaking a 14-game win streak. Although they fell short this afternoon, each program celebrated the 5 seniors from start to finish. We'll talk more about the most impactful players that played their final games in the kennel. That's coming up later in sports. Jordan.
All right, Sydney, we're looking forward to it. Thank you. A developing story in North Idaho tonight. Several people had to be removed from a legislative town hall in Kootenai County where Idaho lawmakers were discussing the 2025 legislative session. The Kootenai County Republican Central Committee, who appeared to be hosting the event, says a group that consisted of, quote, Democratic Party activists repeatedly disrupted the meeting and posed, quote, an active threat targeting one of the participating legislators. Details are still emerging, but you can see in this video here that was sent to our newsroom, 2 men are forcibly removing this woman from the town hall meeting. The Kootenai County RCC posted on Facebook, quote, the group vocally cheered any mention of DEI initiatives, erupting in applause and chants while loudly booing every reference to the Bible or to President Donald Trump. The Kootenai County Democrats also posted on Facebook confirming multiple Democrats were forcibly removed from the town hall meeting, and at least one person was injured in the process. There's still a lot to unpack with this. It's a developing story. We'll keep you updated as we learn more on our website, kxly.com. 2 people were taken to the hospital with severe burns from a trailer explosion in Lewiston this morning. On your screen here, you can see what's left of that trailer on East Main Street. The Lewiston Fire Department said calls came in around 9:30 this morning. The caller told them that there was a possibility people were still inside. When firefighters arrived, the trailer was on fire. 2 people were rescued from inside and then taken to the hospital to be treated for severe burns. The cause of that fire still under investigation. Well, we've had a pretty rainy start to the weekend, and there's still more showers to come. Some parts of the inland Northwest remain under a flood watch tonight. Here's meteorologist Matt Gray to tell you more.
All right, thank you, Jordan. And let's show you where that flood watch is now. Basically, the entire panhandle of Idaho, northwestern Montana, as well as the Blue Mountains, the Whitman County, and Spokane County here as well. Some of this is for the potential for river flooding because of the heavy rain that we are going to see over the next 48 hours. Some of it is because of the combination of that heavy rain and mountain snow, where we will likely see plenty of flooded areas or minor flooding areas, especially around the Spokane area, if there are any clogged storm drains or things of that nature. This is our rainfall for the rest of the weekend, and my goodness, we're talking about a lot of rain in honestly not that long of a time period here, where we're talking about an inch plus across North Idaho and on the Palouse region, a ½ inch to about 3/4 of an inch for Spokane. Even Central Washington getting on this with up to a 1/4 inch of moisture for Omak, Moses Lake, and the Tri-Cities. So a really notable rain event, and we are seeing that rain come down right now. This is the first wave of this bigger storm system that is pushing through our area right now. And my goodness, it is coming down in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We're seeing the backside of this first round of rain where it even looks a little bit heavier now, beginning to pull away from the Ritzville area. It'll be a short break, though, before that rain returns. We're tracking it all coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Matt, thank you for that. The Vatican says Pope Francis suffered a prolonged respiratory crisis. A new statement says the Pope remains in critical condition at the hospital as he receives treatment for pneumonia in both his lungs. Foreign correspondent Marcus Moore has the latest news from Vatican City tonight.
The Vatican is out with an update on Pope Francis's condition tonight, saying that his prognosis at the moment is reserved. The Vatican saying that Pope Francis had difficulty breathing today and had to receive extra oxygen from an oxygen mask. He also underwent a blood transfusion, we understand, to increase his red blood cell levels. The Pope, who's 88 years old, has been in the hospital now for 9 days receiving treatment for pneumonia. Doctors saying that the Holy Father continues to be alert and spent the day in an armchair, although he was in more pain today than just yesterday. And the Vatican saying that the Pope continues to be in a critical state. But doctors are trying their best to stay ahead of this infection and this pneumonia that he has been enduring, but also making the point, the Vatican saying that the Pope has continued with his work throughout this ordeal. No word on when he might be released from the hospital. Marcus Moore, ABC News, the Vatican.
Certainly a story a lot of people are keeping an eye on here tonight. Well, a tragic story that's caught the nation's attention tonight. One Pennsylvania police officer was shot and killed while responding to an armed man taking people hostage in a hospital. More on this national headline still to come here after the break. And today in Spokane, community members and Spokane business owners coming together to showcase their trades and to deepen connections within the community. We'll have that story coming up.
And the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning should be the rainiest period of this weekend, but we're going to keep on with a good chance of some pretty notable rainfall all the way into the beginning of this upcoming week. We'll take you through what you can expect, and we'll talk more about the flood risk in parts of the Palouse coming up.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+. Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Welcome to the Card for Zags fans who dream big. Get your exclusive Gonzaga debit card from Numerica today.
It's the Great Rate Reduction Sale at Dishman Dodge Ram Chrysler Jeep, where we are rolling back interest rates on our large selection of slightly used vehicles.
Making it the perfect time to get a new vehicle for less.
This week at Dishman.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq, a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin. Plus, many had clearer skin and less itch, even at 3 years.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers, including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions. GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events. Infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Are you tired of those scam calls from unknown numbers? They're more than annoying. They've cost unsuspecting victims billions. I'm Robin Nance. I'll show you how to protect yourself and new ways to stop those robocalls. Tuesday on Good Morning Northwest.
To me, Harlem is home. But home is also your body.
Last one, everyone.
I asked myself, why doesn't Pilates exist in Harlem? all the way down.
So I started my own studio.
Getting a brick and mortar in New York is not easy. Chase Inc. has supported us from Studio 1 to Studio 3. When you start small, you need some big help, and Chase Inc. was that for me.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
We are tracking some breaking news here tonight near West Valley High School, where a basketball game was played earlier tonight. Police locked down everyone inside the school, parents and players alike, allowing no one to go outside as police combed through the area. We'll take a live look at the Chevron gas station right now on Argonne and Millwood. You can see police, a couple of sheriff's cars parked out there. Police did tell our reporter not too long ago there is no public safety issue at this time. As one of our producers was driving by the area, they say there was a massive police presence at this gas station and they were approaching a car. Details still limited right now. It's unclear if families and players have been lifted from that lockdown inside West Valley. Our reporter, again, on the ground trying to get more details. We'll keep you updated as soon as we learn more, tracking that from Spokane Valley tonight. Well, today the Carl Maxey Center hosted the annual Sandy Williams Black Business Expo. Community members and Spokane business owners came together to showcase all that they have to offer and to deepen connections within the community. Madeline Mullins swung by the expo today. She joins us with the story.
On Saturday, Spokane's MLK Center was filled with rows of tables showcasing 40 different Black-owned businesses.
I have my business cards now. I think it'll spread the word a lot more about my business.
Businesses range from budget planning.
I absolutely love it. This is the month ahead challenge. It's going to be able to help you be able to get ahead on your finances a month ahead.
To home ownership.
We do first-time home buyer education. We also set people up with pre-purchase counseling. We've just rolled out what we're really excited about. We've just rolled out our debt pay down initiative.
To a photo booth company owned by 13-year-old Leilani Knipstra.
A lot of businesses have given me tips and a lot of different ways to make my business more successful.
The Black Business Expo is not just a chance for the community to come and learn about all the different businesses here in Spokane, but it's also a chance for these businesses to communicate and learn from each other.
I'm a Black-owned business and I want to be able to meet with other people. So that's why I kind of joined in the MLK Center, because we're all here supporting each other, and that's what it's about. That's what community is about.
The ultimate goal is to connect business owners with new resources and opportunities within the community to help their business flourish.
It allows for collaboration, but also just getting the work. People don't know what's here. So it's really just good to connect. I'm going to take the opportunity to go to each and every one of these tables, share what we're doing, and also find out about what everybody else is doing.
For a link to the resources showcased today, head to our website, kxly.com. In Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Well, still to come here on this special edition of 4 News Now, a 17-year-old hockey player hopeful to walk again after once being able to glide past his competitors. We'll share how his teammates, family, and even kind-hearted strangers are rallying behind him. And local high school students are gearing up for their first robotics competition of the season. Hear how this club fosters skills that will help them long after graduation. That story's coming up when we come back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Tough loss, Coach. Any words?
They just played a much better game.
Did you say munch?
Sounds like someone's craving my new crispy boneless wings.
Jack, what did you think of today's loss?
Embarrassing. Try my new crispy boneless wings and so much more.
Welcome to Talk in the Box.
The idea of owning a home was a really big dream of mine. It felt kind of like a pipe dream. When I think of a mortgage advisor, I think of someone who is stuffy, not approachable or friendly. But then we went to BECU and I met Lauren. She was like, this is what we're gonna do. This is how you make it happen. This is how you buy a home. And it wasn't scary or overwhelming. My mortgage advisor changed my life and my family's life.
BECU, we're here to help.
This is the Ergo Smart Base from Tempur-Pedic, and it responds to snoring, so you don't have to. So no more nudging your partner or sleeping on the other side of the house, because the Tempur Ergo Smart Base actually detects snoring, then automatically adjusts to help reduce it all night, every night.
And for a limited time, save up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets and get a $300 gift. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Traveling is so exciting, but you'll need to be prepared.
New ID requirements for travel go into effect on May 7th, 2025.
There are multiple forms of ID you can use.
Whatever option you choose, make sure you have it with you before heading to the airport.
That way, you can travel stress-free.
Don't wait. Prepare today so you can relax and enjoy your flight.
It's your final boarding call for a real ID.
Looking for a new ride?
The George Gee Kia team has been helping people find theirs since 1983.
George Gee is built on exceeding your expectations, always offering you the lowest price and treating you like family.
That's right. We are locally owned and operated, and we're here to make sure your experience is exceptional.
Come meet our team at George Gee Kia Spokane. You will see the difference.
Come see us off I-90 in Liberty Lake or shop SpokaneKia.com.
Know what I'm doing tonight? I'm pouring chocolate all over my new banana French toast sticks. Crispy, fluffy, and just $2.99. What'd you think I was gonna say? Get so much more.
Welcome to Jock in the Box.
4 News Now is brought to you by Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical.
Now check this out. This is a robot built by the West Valley High School Robotics team. The team is made up of 40 students across several different grades, and they're gearing up for their first competition together. Each year, the team is given a set of rules and 8 weeks to build a robot before facing off against other robotics teams from all over the state.
Competitions are 3-on-3 robots, and it's really fast-paced, so it's a lot of fun getting to watch that and getting to drive the robot.
The robotics team not only teaches students the technical and mechanical skills needed to build a robot, but also sets the students up with life skills that they'll use after high school.
In the robotics team, you have to be able to communicate across different sub-teams. People have to know what other people are doing effectively, so you don't have conflict in your engineering process.
The program also aims to help students find a career path they might be interested in post-graduation, whether that's pursuing a career in engineering or maybe manufacturing. The team's first competition is next week in Salem, Oregon. Good luck to them out there. That looks very fun. Were you into that in high school at all? Was that around for you?
That, you know, I was a band kid, and that took up all my time. Right. I would say that. I got to say that, even though I know that it's probably something much more useful, all I could think about was BattleBots.
Oh, I know.
You
I was
remember
thinking that too. Yeah, see, bring that back. I would love to see that in high school. Like, get kids interested right away.
For those of you who still have cable, it's on reruns somewhere out there.
Somewhere. You'll find it.
It's on reruns
Buried
somewhere.
on YouTube at least.
Somewhere out there. Speaking of reruns, how about we rerun the rain over and over and over and over again. They got another one of these atmospheric river types of storms, and it's very appropriate that we call it that. You can see the areas in the blue signifying high moisture content. Well, take a look. You could follow the back end of this moisture stream all the way down just north of Hawaii back there and off into the Pacific. So a lot of moisture and a lot of warmth heading our way. I'm sure you've noticed how warm it was today. It's going to be even warmer coming up in your extended forecast. In the immediate future, however, our rain snow line is up around 7,000 feet. That is above basically all of the summits of our local ski areas. So tomorrow is going to be a very strange day out on the slopes, especially with some rain even at the top of the mountains. Not the most pleasant day to be out in the outdoors. Regardless, things get a little bit more normal as we get later on into the upcoming week here. But we're just going to see wave after wave of rain, and you can see the backside of this now right around the Sprague Lake area of this round of rain. But don't worry, there's more to come, and I don't think the break is going to be very long tonight. By midnight, the next round fills in. This is 1 in the morning, and you can see there's not a lot of blue here as those snow levels, that rain snow line gets up into that 7,000, maybe even perhaps in some parts of our area as high as 8,000 feet, which is above pretty much all of the mountains, with the exception of a few peaks in Okanagan County in the inland northwest. As we get into the morning, the opportunity for a few more breaks during the daytime hours on Sunday. The general rule for tomorrow is the further south you are, the more rain you are going to see at more hours of the day. We do, at least for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, even though things may dry out a little bit around midday, we'll have another round coming in for the afternoon. And then another round after that coming in on Monday. This will be a longer break through Monday morning. By Monday afternoon, though, we're seeing gusty winds and we're seeing another powerful round of wet weather pushing through. And that'll take us into Tuesday morning, which will be another kind of blustery day as our weather pattern really changes. Now, with all of this rain, what does this mean? Well, number one, it means flooding, and we are looking at some rivers and creeks around the Palouse. We're expected to get into minor flood stage tomorrow at Paradise Creek in the Moscow area. We do know that the city has some sandbags available. You can find that info on KXLY.com. But it's going to stay in that minor flood stage through Monday and then slowly start to come back down here, absorbing all of that melting snow and that rain. Speaking of which, let's go up the road here. Let's go to Potlatch, where it is going to be a quick rise through Sunday and then into early Monday morning. We're going to crest into minor flood stage briefly there at Potlatch and then start to come back down a little bit, but ultimately staying much higher than we were when all that water was locked up in the snowpack there. So a couple of things to watch. Backcountry fun this weekend, not recommended at all. We've got avalanche warnings in the Cascades. We have avalanche watches that'll probably end up being avalanche warnings because of all this rain on top of the snow by the time we get to Sunday morning and Sunday afternoon. So some dangerous mountain conditions. Hey, stay home, read a book. This is not fun weather to be outside in, even if you're used to kind of nastier mountain weather when you're out recreating. Monday, Tuesday, continuing to see those showers and the windy conditions as we mentioned. And then look at this, 50s and consistently in the 50s for the back end of the week with a little bit of sunshine. It's going to feel, dare I say it, it's going to feel like spring.
A little bit of spring. Yeah, people's ears just perked up when you said that, Matt. Ready to leave this snow behind. Well, with this incoming rain and rising temperatures, we are expecting to see increasing snow melt throughout the weekend. We've already seen quite a bit of it. Your home may still be covered in a thick layer of snow or ice right now, but that winter wonderland is coming to an end. As the snow begins to melt, the city says there is a possibility of flooding that could happen in your neighborhood. To sidestep that, city officials, they just recommend you clear those storm drains of any snow and debris that might clog them up so that water can just drain easily. And they also advise just a little bit of caution on the roads if water does begin to pile up. Authorities are still searching for the motive behind a shooting at a hospital in Pennsylvania that left one police officer dead and 2 others hurt. ABC's Christiane Cordero joins us from the scene in York, Pennsylvania.
Tonight, one police officer is dead and several others are injured after a gunman stormed a local hospital in Pennsylvania.
And we advise we have 2 officers hit by gunfire.
According to officials, the gunman, Diogenes Archangel Ortiz, entered UPMC Hospital in York, Pennsylvania around 10:30 a.m., armed with a handgun and zip ties.
He went straight to the ICU, and in the ICU, this individual went and held hostage members of the UPMC staff.
Adding, Ortiz tied the hands of one hospital staff member behind her back as police responded to the scene.
The individual was holding at gunpoint a member of the UPMC staff and ordered the police to get back to behind the doors.
Authorities say Ortiz fired his gun, striking a doctor, nurse, and custodian. As police officers attempted to engage Ortiz, he entered the hallway holding the hostage at gunpoint. An intense firefight ensued, and Ortiz was struck and killed. 3 officers were also hit. Officer Andrew Duarte, a law enforcement veteran, was killed. The shooting sending shockwaves through this quiet community.
The act of extraordinary bravery and courage by the healthcare workers here, by the law enforcement professionals. I know that because of their work, lives were saved today here at UPMC Memorial.
To the West Coast here tonight, Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass announced that on Friday she's firing the LA Fire Department Chief Kristen Crowley.
1,000 firefighters that could have been on duty on the morning the fires broke were instead sent home on Chief Crowley's watch. These actions required her removal.
In a press conference Friday, Bass said she called for a full investigation in the days leading up to January 7th and asked Chief Crowley to do an after-action report, but Crowley refused. During the fires, Crowley was vocal about the city's funding of the fire department, telling the press the city, quote, failed her. She's now exercising her civil service rights to stay with the fire department at a lower rank. Legislation in Olympia has met its first deadline of the season, and several bills did not make the cut. We'll show you a few proposals that just didn't measure up this session. And a young hockey player shows the start of a miraculous recovery. Hear from his coach and his friend who are supporting him through it all after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Dupixent helps people with asthma breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. So this is better. That too. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It works with your asthma medicine to help improve lung function. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems and doesn't replace a rescue inhaler. It's proven to help prevent asthma attacks. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of signs of inflamed blood vessels, like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop steroid, asthma, or other treatments without talking to your doctor. When you can get more out of your lungs, you can do more with less asthma. And isn't that better? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma, and now approved as an add-on treatment for adults with COPD that is not well controlled and with a specific marker of inflammation.
Welcome to Avanta Dental, where we treat you like family because you deserve the best.
At Avanta Dental, we pride ourselves on providing top-notch care.
With our team of expert dentists and truly state-of-the-art technology, it's no wonder why we're the highest-rated office in Washington State. Avanta Dental, where your smile is our priority. Book your appointment today. Call us today at 425-0088 or come visit us in Liberty Lake.
This year, if you'd like to trade in your old vehicle and get $2,025 over Kelley Blue Book towards something new,
then you need to visit Findlay Downtown Toyota.
Right now, save up to $5,000 off all closeout 2024 Tacomas, or get up to $6,000 off a 2025 Tundra truck. Plus, check out the new 2025 RAV4s.
This February, fall in love with a new vehicle from Findlay.
Findlay Toyota's downtown.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better and to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
Four News Now is brought to you by Alpha Omega Tours.
Welcome back. A 17-year-old hockey player is fighting through a life-altering injury that left him paralyzed from the neck down. Jackson Drum went headfirst into the boards, shattering his neck, and it caused him to stop breathing during a hockey tournament in Canada. He's now recovering in an Atlanta hospital alongside his family, hopeful to walk again, and he's already making extraordinary progress. 17-year-old Jackson Drum is a Minnesota kid with a hockey dream. He moved from Alexandria, Minnesota to Coeur d'Alene to chase it down, a 1,200-mile journey, earning a spot on the Academy's U17 team. His friends call him Drummer, a funny, hard-working kid, passionate about the game. In a tournament in Vancouver, Drummer buried this goal in the second period to bring his team within one. Minutes later, his life would change.
Jackson had hit the boards at a weird angle and hadn't been moving, and my immediate reaction was to just pray for him.
That collision caused Jackson to stop breathing. First responders raced onto the ice to stabilize him and give him oxygen, then sending him to the hospital where doctors fused his C1 and C2 vertebrae. Doctors said Jackson was lucky to be alive, but he was unable to move anything below his neck. A catastrophic injury, but one Jackson hasn't had to be alone for.
Me and three other of my teammates who were close with him got to go in there and speak with him and throw around some jokes and just trying to lift his spirits.
From there, word of Jackson's story quickly spread across the country. Friends and strangers alike raising more than $100,000 in just a few weeks. At first, Jackson could only smile and nod. In the days since, his recovery
nothing short of remarkable. His mom sharing this video on Facebook showing Jackson move his left leg.
When he first got injured, he was at the A class, and that's 0 movement from neck down. But now he's at a C. Someone with the same injury, it took her 2 years to get to C, and it took him 2 weeks.
He's now also able to eat. A long way to go still, but his goal, to lace up the skates once again.
He wants to put his skates back on, and like I mentioned, he loved the game. So whatever it is within hockey, there's going to be doors open for him. He's a great kid, great individual that he's going to make the most of whatever's in front of him.
His teammates honoring him on senior night, hanging his jersey above the bench, and setting up a table for teammates and the community to write him letters. It's a traumatic injury, but this kid's a fighter. He's a hockey player, after all. For 4 News Now, I'm Jordan Smith.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Buckle up, Sam. It's Trunk Month.
It's time for the best deals across the full lineup. F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. We've got Maverick and Ranger fully prepared. This event is so big, it has something in it for everyone.
The old me was stuck in the daily grind. My routine didn't allow for any self-expression. I found clay, and that changed everything. I realized my calling was to give others the space to be creative, to build something. And that's how Clayton was born. Having a Chase Ink card has allowed us to grow it and bring people together. There's a creative side in all of us. That's what I hope people come here to find.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Ink Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Hit the slopes without hitting your wallet. Lookout Pass has you covered with more thrills for less bills. From ski free on your birthday to 2 lift tickets for just $75 every Thursday, it's time to save big and shred hard. Reserve your tickets online for an extra $5 to $10 off. Don't miss out. Deals are waiting for you at skilookout.com/deals.
Watch Judy Justice weekdays at 3 on KXLY ABC4.
Judy Justice is now in session right here.
Judy Justice is brought to you by Russell and Hill. Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Call 1-800-LAW-0842.
70% of Washington jobs require education beyond high school, and that number is on the rise. Free or low-cost college or career training is possible for your child. Apply now and ensure there's a more lucrative and stable career in their future. Learn how at wagrant.org.
Marcus T asks, I'm a competitive gamer. With Xfinity, can I get fast internet with less lag?
We hear you, Marcus, because we're gamers too.
That's why we designed Xfinity Internet with faster upload and download speeds, increased bandwidth, and ultra-low lag, so you can secure the win.
Too bad I still beat you yesterday.
Man, you won by like 1 point.
I often give to charity. Don't let it go to your head.
Get fast, reliable Xfinity Gig Internet for just $25 a month when you add unlimited mobile. Plus, get your choice of a free 5G phone. Switch today.
Buckle up, Sam. It's Trunk Month.
It's time for the best deals across the full lineup. F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. We've got Maverick and Ranger fully prepared. This event is so big, it has something in it for everyone.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
Welcome back. Here's a live look outside of downtown Spokane. You can see we're getting more of that rain that's been on and off today. And these showers are going to continue tomorrow, and we may get some wind to go along with it. So here's meteorologist Matt Gray to fill us in a little bit more, Matt.
And all that snow is melting away. I know a good chunk got taken out of my yard today. I could actually see a lot more again. And my dogs are going to be very muddy tomorrow, the way things are going. We're still in the 40s, and we've been there all day. Not expecting a whole lot of change here in our temperatures tonight with the clouds moving over, but definitely going to see a change in the landscape here as more of that snow melts under this rain tonight. Now, this is a fast-moving little belt of rain that's over us right now in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. You can already see the backside of that rain beginning to approach the West Plains. So still some rain around Reardon and Davenport. That's going to end fairly shortly, along with Cheney already in the Sprague area. We've seen things begin to dry out, at least temporarily. And this is a very warm system here as well that's moving in. Really, the only place marked blue on our radar map here is those highest peaks, 7,000 feet plus in the Selkirk Mountain Range. Even Priest Lake is getting rain instead of snow right now. Our rain chances continue to be very strong throughout the night, even though we will get a small break shortly here. Look, we will have a longer break once we get to the daytime hours tomorrow, but the heaviest of the rain and the steadiest of the rain is going to be as we head through the night tonight. Because of all the rain we're about to see, we have a couple of things. There's a flood watch that we want to keep you informed about conditions there. And we have avalanche watches and warnings up in the high country. We'll explain some of the reasons why these are happening right now and what areas you need to be looking out for when it comes to flooding coming up.
All right, Matt, thanks for that. Over in Olympia here tonight, this legislative session, lawmakers in the State House and the Senate have introduced nearly 1,800 bills. And for these bills to have any chance of passing, much of that legislation needed to get voted out of policy committees by this point. So the State Department of Ecology is backing off for the year on a proposal we brought to you last week, which would regulate wood-burning stoves sold in Washington state. In a statement, State Senator Shelley Short, who opposed this proposal, said, quote, "We would have been launching a duplicative state program at a time when we're facing a multi-billion-dollar shortfall, responding to something we have no reason to believe is a problem." Also saying, this isn't timely. Other measures that fell short of the first cutoff include ones about traffic stop reform, penalties for fast fashion companies, and the possibility for a state flag redesign. February 28th is the next deadline for legislation to pass out of the Fiscal and Transportation Committees.
Eggs, baby!
Dozens of New York residents waited out in the cold on Friday for a dozen free eggs, thanks to 2 local farms and a butcher.
Time like this, we felt it was our duty and responsibility to just make eggs accessible.
In total, 200 cartons of free eggs were given out on Friday. Because of the bird flu causing a national shortage and inflation, eggs are selling in some places for well over $10 a dozen. And experts say we still have a while before they will come down in price. Also in New York, the man accused of killing a healthcare company CEO, Luigi Mangione, appeared in a state courtroom on Friday while his supporters gathered outside. ABC's Morgan Norwood joins us with the story.
This was the scene outside a New York City courthouse. A raucous crowd of supporters cheering on accused killer Luigi Mangione and protesting what they call a broken healthcare system. Supporters waiting for Mangione to make his first court appearance since he was arraigned in the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The case, a cultural flashpoint. Some Mangione supporters going as far to hack a Department of Transportation road sign to read, "One less CEO, many more to go."
Luigi, what do you think of the support for you outside?
In court Friday, Mangione wearing a bulletproof vest over a dark green sweater, surrounded by officers. He was shackled both at the ankles and handcuffed. His attorney arguing images like these will make it difficult for Mangione to get a fair trial.
He is being publicly treated as guilty and as having the presumption of guilt as opposed to the presumption of innocence, which is what he is entitled to.
Mangione pleaded not guilty to all charges in connection to allegations that he gunned down Thompson outside a New York City hotel in December. He was arrested just days later after being spotted at this Pennsylvania McDonald's in Altoona and extradited to New York City by NYPD helicopters to face charges.
We are concerned that Luigi's constitutional rights were violated in Pennsylvania.
His attorneys telling a judge there are, quote, serious search and seizure issues with the evidence Altoona police say they collected from Mangione.
In the months to come, expect the defense to try to exclude a lot of the evidence that was gathered here. The biggest fights in this case may occur before the trial, where the defense tries to keep out of evidence lots of the material and comments and writings from Luigi Mangione.
Closer to home here, it was senior night for Gonzaga men's and women's basketball. Hear from Coach Lisa Fortier on what makes it so hard to part ways with her seniors, plus a post-game report from the men's game against St. Mary's. That's coming up next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Not the best sound to start your day with, is it? Your next decision should be to call Precision. Our professionally trained technicians are here to provide you with award-winning service every time, so we can get you back up and running fast. Call or book online today.
Stay ahead of your child's moderate to severe eczema with Dupixent as they welcome the feeling of touch with clear skin and less itch. The #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists helps heal their skin from within. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your child's doctor about Dupixent.
Nothing. Nada.
If you've been injured in a car or truck accident, you don't pay the advocates anything unless we win.
Zilch. Diddly squat.
Donnie, I think they get it. You can stop now.
Great. I was beginning to run out of words.
Looking for a new ride?
The George Gee Kia team has been helping people find theirs since 1983.
George Gee is built on exceeding your expectations, always offering you the lowest price and treating you like family.
That's right. We are locally owned and operated, and we're here to make sure your experience is exceptional.
Come meet our team at George Gee Kia Spokane. You will see the difference.
Come see us off I-90 in Liberty Lake or shop SpokaneKia.com.
We are Avanta. Of course we will welcome you with a smile.
We are Avanta. Of course we will always make you feel comfortable.
We're Avanta. Of course we'll take care of your dental emergency the same day.
We're Avanta Dental. Of course we have the latest technology.
We're Avanta. Of course we'll treat you like family.
Call us today at 425-0088 or come visit us in Liberty Lake.
This is the Ergo Smart Base from Tempur-Pedic, and it responds to snoring, so you don't have to. So no more nudging your partner or sleeping on the other side of the house, because the Tempur Ergo Smart Base actually detects snoring, then automatically adjusts to help reduce it all night, every night.
And for a limited time, save up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets and get a $300 gift. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Mystic Casino Hotel, home of jackpots, food, and fun.
Well, both Gonzaga basketball programs are losing 5 impactful seniors, and although it wasn't an end in the kennel they hoped for, one loss doesn't take away what these seniors have put out onto the court while wearing that Gonzaga logo. The celebration started earlier this afternoon with head coach Lisa Fortier's team. The Zags honored were Avani Jim, Esther Little, Bree Salenbine, Mount Hybens, and Taylor Dalton before and after today's game. Rightfully so, lots of emotions from players, family members, and staff. Coach Fortier says it hasn't set in that these women are playing their final games in that Gonzaga logo, and says it's what the seniors did off the court that makes them so special.
They've won a ton of games, they've scored a bunch of points, they've broken a bunch of records, all that stuff, but really just the quality of person that they each are. And add Taylor into that. Obviously, we didn't have her for as long, but they're just a high level of quality people who are like the epitome of what it means to be process oriented. And that's what we're always trying to be as a team. And so they're just such a perfect fit and a perfect group to lead a team that was and is still all about the process this year.
Salenbine was honored on Senior Day, but Coach Fortier says she still hasn't decided if she's coming back for a final season, and that Bree will make that final decision at a later time. The Zags have 2 more road games before the West Coast Conference Tournament at the beginning of March. They head to Pacific this Thursday for a 6 o'clock tip-off. If you stayed for both games in the kennel, it was probably deja vu. Another Senior Day loss for a Gonzaga team came for the men's basketball team hosting St. Mary's. Jack Wallace had a front row seat to the action and shares how the Zags are feeling after getting swept by the Gales.
In this best of the West rivalry, it's been historically either all Gonzaga or very tight back and forth with St. Mary's. But tonight's win for the Gales over the Zags here on Senior Night, well, it was historic. St. Mary's has won 3 straight over Gonzaga for the first time since 1990, clinching the WCC regular season title. And fans in a rowdy student section rocked the kennel tonight despite the loss, and seniors Ryan Nimhart and Nolan Hickman expressed their support to them all post-game.
special, you know. It's a special place to play hoops. You get chills every time they do Zombie Nation, so it's a special place to play. And so unfortunately, we couldn't get the win on senior night in front of them because they're the best fans in the world.
And shout out to Kennel Club, shout out to all the fans, man. Yeah, man, it's been a great 4 years, man. The journey's been great. You guys have been nothing but welcoming.
St. Mary's out-rebounded Gonzaga by 12 and scored 7 more second-chance points. Both season meetings, the Gales won the rebound battle. So now Gonzaga returns to the road. They play at Santa Clara, at USF and Chase Center. Tough couple of games. We'll see how they go for Gonzaga. Reporting in the kennel, Jack Wallace, 4 News Now Sports.
Happy 45th anniversary, everybody, of the greatest sports moment in history. The 1980 U.S. men's Olympic hockey team beating the Russians 4-3. Everybody needs to do their homework and watch Miracle tonight.
See breaking news in your area.